buyers, when you're looking for an agent, make sure you find an agent who knows what they're talking about with houses. There's a lot of agents out there that just open doors, show houses, and won't walk through the house with you and point out everything that's wrong. So let's talk about this and dive in as to why. I'm Casey Jenkins with Oak Realty, and you want an agent that's going to walk in your house and is going to pick it apart like an inspector. Because inspectors can cost anywhere from $400 to $700 or more dollars. And as your agent, I want to make sure you're spending that money on a house that I know is going to be as good as I can see, at least. That I know you're not going to run away because we can see a hydrostatic crack in the basement, or we can see the foundation falling apart already, or we can see that, you know, the panel box is 100 amps and it should be 200 amps, or whatever it may be. Like, we want to make sure you are okay with all of these issues as you walk through the house before you even get to writing an offer and hiring an inspector. Because if you're not okay with these issues and you get under contract and you get an inspection, the inspection money you don't get back. If you walk away, you'll get your earnest money deposit back, but not the inspection money. And so when I walk through a house, I tell all of my clients, you're going to feel like I am picking this house to death and making this house sound like the worst house in the world. That's my job. I want you to make sure you're comfortable with everything we see. And a lot of times, a lot of houses, there's not much to pick apart. We're just going to talk about, do we like the layout? You know, is there a little gap in the floor to the quarter round? You know, is something loose and wiggly? Like, those are the things we're going to be talking about in a lot of houses. It's just small little things that we know are going to come up on an inspection, but you need to know. But when it comes to the big things, like walking in a basement and seeing a hydrostatic crack, you need to know that. Because what that means is basically water is behind the wall, pushing the wall in, so the wall is going to collapse. And you need to know that that's happening, because I can tell you roughly how much it's going to cost knowing what I know from dealing with these things. And you need to know, hey, am I going to be okay with walking forward in this if in the case that the seller is not going to pay for it? Or if we know the seller is going to pay for it, are we good walking forward with us? You know, when it comes to places like Brainerd Mill and Sink-Swell soils, we need to look at all four corners of the foundation. We need to see, is the foundation wall cracking through the brick and the bricks are all coming apart? You know, is it V-cracking? Is it just cracks? Is it movement? Like, all of those things we need to look at before you get there, because Sink-Swell soils cause lots of foundation issues. And if we're not comfortable with $30,000 to $40,000 worth of foundation issues, well, we need to go ahead and just skedaddle on away and not write an offer, because that saves you money in the inspection time. And it saves you time from being under contract, loving the house, falling in love with the house, placing all your furniture, getting a horrible inspection report, and then having the breakup of breaking up with the house. Because like I always say, you're not allowed to marry the house until I hand you keys. You can court it, you can date it, you can love it, but no marriage. So this is why. And so do you have an agent that actually knows what they're talking about and can walk through and intelligently say, hey, that straight line crack up and down in the drywall is probably where two drywall pieces butt together and the tape is failing? Or are they going to go, well, that's probably foundation issues, when a straight line crack normally isn't foundation issues. Foundation issues are usually diagonal cracks because it cracks right through the drywall piece itself. So make sure when you're interviewing an agent, you're talking to them and saying, hey, you know, how many inspections have you gone to? What do you know? Like, asking them questions to see what's going on in their head and how do they show you a house. If they just open the door and start talking about how pretty it is, it might not be the agent for you, because you want somebody who's out looking out for your best interests. And I would rather you walk away from 5 houses that you absolutely love but we know have issues than you write on one and then end up paying for those issues down the line. So when you're interviewing an agent, chat with them, ask them all about how do they show a house, what is their protocol, and if they see something that's horrible, what are they going to do and what are they going to tell you? If you want to know more about how we show houses, about all the things I've told clients before, about the crazy situations I've been in houses, and how we have talked clients through, hey, we know you love the inside and it's perfect and it looks gorgeous, but it definitely is lipstick on a pig. Love to chat with you. I can tell you some stories, some crazy ones. But give me a call, shoot me a text, and don't forget to like and subscribe.